like having local police officers. That was the temperature that we took. Now, relative to failure to patrol, that's a function of implementing your obligations and your duties. I'm not in town during the day. When you see that, matter of fact, you don't have to reach out to me. You just did. I'll call the chief tomorrow and tell him that they don't have enough of a presence in Golden Bridge other than just to give out speeding tickets. That's
1 minute.
unacceptable. And I will come,
It's
I'm
gonna
a
generate
liaison.
income for the town, but, it's, as far as public relations go, I mean,
Question.
man,
It's
that's
part
why,
of, it's absolutely and unequivocally part of their job. I'm the liaison of the police department. I'm glad you brought that to my attention. I'll reach out to the
I'm
chief.
sure there are other places in town where they, if you sit at the traffic light, John, I'm sorry to interrupt you.
That's all right.
If you go 6 o'clock, 6 a.m., you sit at the traffic light at 138 right here by the Acme, and you sit and you just watch. You will see so many vehicles, many of them from Connecticut, flying through that red light to get to the train station. I know people have to make their train to go to work, but there are so many traffic infractions right there every day. It's a mirror, and it's worse when it's not school buses run the road, and kids are standing around waiting for the speeding that goes on 138 from 121 to our train station, primarily from Connecticut residents, not all, but primarily, is outrageous. And you never see any enforcement by our town to pick off these people. And someday there's going to be some car's going to lose control and they're going to hit a bunch of kids.
Appreciate you bringing that to our attention.
It's about 30 seconds, and we'll move to Mr. Lasora.
I just have
Yeah,
one,
you know-
I want to
yeah.
respond to your canine question.
But you do see our police parked on 22, where it's not even an intersection. I'm sure that if you look at police are supposed to set up traffic enforcement at accident-prone locations and where there is a danger of something like I just described. I don't know why they're over there on 22, because I'm sure there are very few accidents along it. It's a straight strip. It's a fun, it's generating income for the town. And I'd like to see them actually enforcing the locations where, such as on 138 at 6 a.m. They're probably not working at 6. They got a great gig. They don't work nights. I've never seen the police department function the way this department functions. They're never doing what they're supposed to be doing. There was a planning board meeting last year, a controversial planning board meeting about this project down here. There were 4 Lewisboro cops there. There were more cops than there were, citizens attending. I said it. You guys look like you're expecting some trouble tonight.
Yeah.
But they're never on patrol. Well, I don't see them on patrol.
Mr. Kelly, if we can let Mr. No. If we let Mr. Papalardo finish, and then Mr. Lasorsa and Mr. Welcher. And I appreciate it. Thank you.
I think I answered your question, but I was making one exception. You asked about the canine.
Canine.
Okay. So,
Do you have any idea how much that unit must
Mr.
cost the town?
Mr. Kelly,
I was vehemently opposed.
about 30 seconds.
To the cost, any cost associated with bringing in a canine, okay? And at the time, I was the lone voice, and I really fought with all of my colleagues on the board. Don't want to quickly, I was not going to vote for it, okay? Let me, against it. It was a cost we didn't need. Particularly when I found out that the canine wasn't going to be trained in terms of going into the school, being able to sniff lockers where we could extract paraphernalia, drugs, and other hazardous material. But to the credit of my colleagues at the time, and to the credit of Andrew Llewellyn, who runs the canine unit, they went out and they secured all volunteer money. And that volunteer money acquired the dog and supports the dog. So
Good to hear.
that's the answer to that question.
Thank you. Mr. Lasorsa?
Wow. So you have posed a question that in the 4-year term of the 2 people who get elected to this board may have to very well address. If the budget and the revenues and taxes go in the manner in which they're going. And people have said that, okay? And, we just appointed a very qualified new chief of police, David Alfano, and he's a local resident. He went through our school system. Young man, he's very capable. I'm not ready to say get rid of the police department. I'd rather see the police department here. And if Bob Kelly says that, this police department is not doing this or is doing something they shouldn't be doing. I think this town should stand up and listen, and everyone knows why. But I don't know that we're ready to get rid of that police department today, Bob, but I think that question is gonna be addressed in the next 4 years. And you've raised issues about merging, or not merging, I guess, utilizing Westchester County. I'm not sure I'd be in favor of that, I have to be honest with you. I'd rather get the Somers, state troopers come in, because at least they have something of a relationship with us. And I'd rather have at least something of a staff here. And as I said before, if I heard that we had the money to have a 24-hour police department, I'd love to have a 24-hour police department. With some of the warnings that you just raised, I'd like to see those implemented as well. But I'll be honest with you, who's ever going to be on this board the next few years may have to address that issue. So thank you for bringing it up, and we've got our work cut out for us. I'm not prepared to make a position tonight one way or the other.
Thank you.
Yeah, we're all in agreement then that we're not in a hurry to get rid of our local police department. Yes, Melchisto did it. Ossining also did it, but then my understanding is they have now reverted back. So it's not all the great experience when that happens. And at the same time, Mr. Kelly's saying, he'd like to see better coverage. I don't know that we get that with the state. The county police solution either. As far as, coverage in different places, the department gets inputs from all over the town that, Indian Hill, people are speeding, they're speeding here and there, and people are speeding everywhere. And the fact is, even staffed as we are, you've got a couple of guys out there. We are blessed with a huge geographical area to cover, and it just makes it very difficult to be able to be in all those places. But they do need to try and pick out those priorities, and if there's a reason for them to spend more time in certain places down here in Golden Bridge, then they should know about it and adjust their schedules accordingly. That would be good.
Tell the chief to start at 138 over here in the mornings near the train station. And sit there, if he's up that early, have him sit over there and take a look at what's going on over there.
Just a quick follow-up with John.
And we'll keep it to, we're up at a hard stop around 9:30, so.
2 seconds.
Yeah.
Don't mean to be picking on you, but I just want to
Answer any
understand,
questions.
what is the cost of the police department?
This budget is in about $1 million.
And how much do we collect for the ticket revenue?
That varies from year to year.
Yeah.
I'd have to check the judicial budget, I don't know what that, because it's not just the revenue we collect, it's got the net expenses and revenue required. I don't have to answer that
Well,
question.
that's what I'm saying, the cost, how much is the cost? You said $1 million, is that the whole department?
Our police budget is in or about $1 million. You're asking me what we collect in ticket revenue,
Correct.
ticket revenue, that's a revenue line item in the justice court's budget.
Correct.
And that varies from year to year. I don't know what we collected last year in ticket revenue that the justice court would collect.
No, I'm sorry, but you just said before, it's near and dear to your heart, and you evaluate the cost of the police department very closely. So as part of evaluating the cost of the police department, do you look at it on a net basis, what it costs to run the department, net of the ticket revenue that comes in? Because
No,
all we know,
absolutely not.
it could be a zero-sum game.
Absolutely not. I can tell you it's not a zero-sum game, but I don't look to I would never advocate giving tickets for purposes of
I'm not
raising
saying,
revenue.
I'm just saying it's the net
Let
number.
me respond, okay? I would never look at ticket issues as a vehicle to revenue raise. That's inappropriate. You get a ticket if you're deserving of a ticket. Now, if in a given year, someone comes we have 1,000 people traveling in our town, all miraculously doing the speed limit, and we make zero revenue in terms of tickets, that's proper policing as far as I'm concerned. If in fact, okay, so I don't want to embarrass from your view.
That's proper policing. Dan, maybe
And-
do you know what our ticket revenue is?
Barbara, your question?
I'm sure it's hundreds of thousands of dollars.
Okay.
I don't know
Mike.
what you base that opinion on.
Look at the budget.
So if you have the answer, then why ask me?
I don't remember the exact number, I'm asking you, you know, as a fiscal officer.
Barbara, and then the lady in the,
It's really just a statement. I would truly like to, whoever is on the board in the future, and I don't see this, I haven't seen it for a while. Robert Kelly brought up the 138 intersection. I used to leave for work at 6 a.m., I'm now home. When I approach that intersection in the morning, I have copious amounts of videotape of people using that small little tiny shoulder as a right lane, speeding through it, okay? Even saw a bus doing it. I've seen pickup trucks doing it. I have contacted Cuomo's office. I have contacted the DOT myself. I have contacted Senator Harkin's office about it. I have sent them videotapes. I don't want to be, I don't mind doing it as a resident. I think our board has to get involved in these things. I don't want to hear that it's a state road, and I have heard that, not from either of you two men, but I have heard those kind of responses from certain people. It's a state road. Someone is going to get killed. I don't care if it's a state road, I don't care if it's a private road. Somebody on the board, whoever it is, whoever it's going to be, has got to start addressing these issues of safety in our town and not just putting them up to other groups.
so if we
Merit to that statement.
If we all want to make a comment, we'll start with Mr. LaSorsa.
With respect to what Barbara just said?
Yes.
Barbara, 138's pet peeve of mine, okay? There are a lot of things I'd like to do with 138, all right? That's just one of them, okay? I think 138 has to be made into something a little bit more than what it is, which is just something where it looks like when you're entering the town of Golden's Bridge, it's nothing. I'd like to see a little bit more pride in our town. I'd like to see the town board members show a little bit more pride. I've heard about bike lanes and walking lanes for the last 9 years, but I've seen nothing done on Route 138. And I think that if that is an issue that has to be addressed as a town board member, I would do what I would have to do to address that with the police department.
If I had my brothers, we'll turn those shoulders into sidewalks, which will hopefully keep the cars off of them.
Dan, if I could just ask you a question, because you're here now. I have seen in our newspapers several months ago that because it is a state road, we can't do anything about that.
So
Is that true?
we would have to
And-
get their permission, they have to
Right,
give us
and they
that.
don't want to do anything about it. And they've also said that because they're adjacent to environmentally sensitive areas, that they're not going to expand those things. So is this just a pipe dream?
Well, I don't know that the environmental sensitive area is gonna come into play with those particular infrastructure issues, other than the hydrology issues, because there are those gullies right nearby, and we'll have to be able to satisfy people that we're not altering things in a way that degrades from the handling of the flood potential there. But other than that, I don't think we'll run into any environmental stuff. In terms of the state not wanting to do it, I've talked to them and, going on tours with them in that area, and their statement is usually, hey, those are all great ideas, but we're a department with, $100, $1 billion worth of work and a $500 million budget to do it in. And what happens is, again, we put in 4 different grants to do some of that work, and none of them have gone through. And I'm sure that's because when you do the counts on the number of people impacted per dollar, we're never going to match up to a Larchmont or something like that where they can just count all the people going by. So my proposal is going to be that we start out with some modest first projects and get the ball rolling in that area and address some of the key safety issues right in that very area there. And then hopefully that will then show people that we're serious, and maybe we'll have a better chance to attract some dollars in the future. What happens now, it's like a chicken and egg thing. You go to them and say, I want a sidewalk in here, and they say, well, but that goes to here, and there's no there's no continuation, or there's no landing pad, or there's, you have to, so if we put in something that gets things started, there'll then be an excuse to connect to those things, and you can get out of that vicious spiral. So anyway,
Don't you think the proposed tolls on 84 in Connecticut are going to add to the problems on 121, 138, 35?
it
And the
may
ways
very
apps,
well
everything
do
gets
that,
diverted
and
from us.
the supervisor is trying to be a part of that conversation to make sure that the results are the best that we can get out of. We wish that Connecticut was a little bit more responsive about their own traffic burdens and not shifting them over to us, for sure.
Mr. Mr. Pappalardo, did you want to comment on?
I fully agree with your statement, I agree with my colleague said, there's something that needs to be done at that location. Again, I'll come back to the master plan, maybe we can incorporate something in, I live right there, you know that. I fully agree with everything that's been said, relative to that issue, and I respect and appreciate your statement, I think exactly.
Yes, and the person in front, and we'll start with the order will be Mr. Welsh and then Mr. Pappalardo.
Question for Tom, do we pay the state police
No,
to patrol the area? Or then do we get revenue because they are using our old jail on the corner of Spring Street?
I think the deal was, that building was close to condemnation.
yeah.
Yeah, but they fixed it, I mean, we could have fixed it too.
Yeah, kind of
right?
fixed it.
I'm
but
not sure we're driven.
Yeah, I think the deal is
So-
they stay here and no
So
rent.
because we do have state police that covers the area, so if we, and we only have 3 full-time police officers in the rest of the park, it's not gonna be $1 million.
You think with the budget, any of that, take into account training and uniforms and rent and so forth. Am I wrong on that number, Dan?
I think it's like not
Little
quite $1 million,
Not
but
quite, near about that.
850 and you know, figured 900.
Yeah.
But vehicles, you gotta count all that stuff in.
Mr. LaSource, did you want to make a comment on that?
Well, I think we just had a very interesting situation of a great question posed. How the heck do we have $1 million police budget? And I don't think we got a good answer, but that's about all I'm going to say about it.
Okay, all right. Just to respect everybody's time and also to respect the custodial staff's time, we did make an agreement to wrap up around 9:30. Are there any, is there any parting question that that can be asked and answered in a very brief time? Mr. Kelly?
Fast. It was mentioned before, we have very little control over the New York State DOT. What about those diffusers that were taken down along 22 that deflected the headlights of vehicles on 684? It's a tremendously dangerous condition over there. Why can't we get those replaced? Forget the sound barrier, why can't they put in new light diffusers? You're blinded when you at night, when you're traveling south on 22, from like Mercedes dealer down to Acme, you are blinded by many cars traveling north on 684 have their high beams on, which make, if a bicyclist or a pedestrian should step out in front of you going, you're not even gonna see them if it looks too late. Why can't we get those replaced?
We'll start with
It's
just
been a long time since they were removed, and it's a really dangerous condition.
about a minute each. We'll start with Mr. LaSource.
Bob, I know that the Goldensbridge Hamlet organization is involved in trying to do that, and it requires volunteer work. It requires work from the community to work on that. And it requires some input from the town board. Now, I'm not familiar with what the town board has done to, push that issue forward. It's an issue that has to be done. It's an issue that I would be interested in if I was on the town board. So you're asking what has to be done? This town's got to be responsive to that.
It is part of the discussions of around the 684 work. Those reflectors are part of that.
I couldn't hear you.
The diffusers are part of the discussion now around the 684 work.
I spoke to that issue earlier, Robert, I don't think you were here, and I share in your sentiments, it's something we need to do. I think that the DOT, a couple issues with the DOT, one I mentioned earlier, they're impossible to deal with without any leverage. The second thing is, I'm not sure if we haven't sent any mixed messages. And that is, there's been very strong advocacy for sound barriers at that location, and I guess you're not gonna put sound barriers and deflectors. So until we develop a cohesive position relative to what should be inserted there, and I for one would love to see the sound barriers, but I just don't envision it, and I hope, my God, I'd never be so happy to be wrong in my life as if I were on that. We need to get those deflectors.
Audience, thank you so much for your participation. Before you go, if you would like to sign up and receive emails from us, we only send out information with issues regarding Golden's Bridge and the community at large. There's a sign-up sheet. We thank you for your time, you volunteering your time. Again, we thank the three candidates for town board for joining us tonight. And again, we want your support, so if you would like to come out, we have a flower planting event coming up. Jane, when were we thinking on that one? Was it November 3rd?
November 3rd, Saturday.
So we will put that up on our website and on our Facebook page as well. We need your support. We need your hands out there as well. It'll be in the Wild Oak Circle. Again, thank you all for coming tonight.
I want to thank the
Thank you.
town organization. We'd love to be able to talk about it.
Thank you. Thank you.